Hello, welcome back to the vlog. I hope you're doing really well. Last week we went to Kerala. It was my family, and I was also able to bring two of my friends, so it was a family and friends vacation, if you will. We went to Kovalam in Kerala. This is the Leela at Kovalam. It's such a beautiful property. You can see water from all sides almost, and it's such a serene feeling. It was off season, I suppose, so there weren't too many guests as well, so we had like the best of both worlds. So on day one we just kind of lounged around the property itself. We went in the pool, we ate some food, we ended up going to dinner also in the property because it's so stunning. Like, why would you want to leave? On day two, we went to something called the Kerala Arts and Crafts Village, which is like a Dakshin Chitra. If you are from Chennai, you'll know what that is. But it's like a place where they've kind of brought together a lot of the crafts that the state is known for. So you can go and explore all of that. We spent a few hours here, but it was so hot. You know, like our whole trip, we just felt really hot, to be honest. I think we went at the wrong time, but after that we went to something called the Valyani Lake, which is, I think, just a viewpoint. And then we had lunch at this place called the Taste of Kerala. The food was really good. We had some really nice fish curry and rice. Then we went to Poover backwaters, where you can do boating. They take you on a boat and you can choose how long you want to be on the boat ride. So we went for, I think, an hour and a half, and we rode through the mangrove forest. Is that a forest? I think it's a forest. Yeah. So once that's done, they take you to where the river meets the ocean, and there are a bunch of floating restaurants as well, where you can go and stop and have some snacks or tea, whatever you want. But yeah, it was such a nice activity to do with the family, so I recommend that if you end up going to Kovalam anytime. a floating restaurant in the middle of Hoover Dam. No, what river is this?
Hoover backwaters.
Hoover backwaters. And the whole restaurant is swaying like this, guys. Like this. So day 3 was our last day at the Leela. We were going from Trivandrum to Kochi, and we chose to go by road, which we didn't realize would be such a long journey. We were told 5 to 6 hours, but it took much longer than that, and we finally reached our destination literally in the dead of the night. And we were staying at Fort Kochi at this place called the Brunton Boatyard, which is also, one of you guys told me, a very architecturally popular property. So yeah, check it out for yourself. You will see it is also equally as stunning. In the next couple of clips, you'll see what I mean. So initially we tried to do the sightseeing ourselves by foot, but it was so hot we gave up very quickly after the first spot, and we found these auto tour guides. They took us to a bunch of different places, but the nicest ones were the spice market, which was the original one, like it's been there from the time of the Portuguese and the British, I think, and they've still kind of preserved it to similarly to what it would have been. And after that we went to something called the Jew town, where we saw the synagogue from again the Portuguese settlement and the Jews that used to stay in Kochi. So it's very nicely preserved, and the whole area was almost like it was out of a novel. It was very, very, very beautiful. And then for lunch, we ended up at this place called French Toast, which I think is quite a popular spot in Fort Kochi. So I think it's mostly popular for their French toast, obviously, and that was the best thing on their menu. and we tried it, and it was obviously amazing. One of my friends had actually been there, so she was like, we must go. And the rest of the food was kind of okay, but nothing compared to the actual French toast. Yeah, after that we walked like a few steps and found something called the Bastion Bungalow, which is a Portuguese house from the 16 or 1700s. They've kind of preserved it but also made it into a museum where you can explore the history of Fort Cochin and the house itself. So that was really interesting. And we walked through the Vasco da Gama Square and finally ended up at our next spot for the day, which was to watch the Kathakali performance. But before that, they even let you watch the process of the dancers getting ready. So we got to see the makeup application and everything, which is so interesting. They use natural pigments and create the base and the colors, and it was just so fascinating to see the whole thing. Hi, I know I've not checked in at all. This is our last day in Kochi. We're gonna go back to Chennai tonight. And today is like one day before Onam, so we actually don't know what's gonna be open and what we're gonna be doing, but I shall take you along. This is Kavya and this is Yuvashri.